Hello and welcome to this edition of TMA's Farm Margin Talk. This is Devin Schierling, Grain Marketing Manager for TMA. As we look at our Farm Margin Index for Friday, September the 16th, 2011, once again you'll notice that even though the numbers are a little lower than where they were last Friday, that we're still sitting at profitable levels for the 2012 and 2013 crop years. For those of you who like the more detailed information, here is our breakdown for each crop based off Groveland cash prices and the crop nutrient, crop protection, and other expenses that we use to come up with our average producer numbers. So just like the weather, we've seen everywhere from being too hot to be outside to wearing a jacket in the last 10 days. We've seen the same profitability changes this past week, with anywhere from 34 to 38 cent price per bushel changes, which equates to anywhere from $68 to $10 an acre of potential revenue reduction from our market volatility this week. So my point with this graph is not to point out the obvious, but it is to make sure that we're aware of having a profit goal in mind and locking it in when it's available. So the most common question that I've heard in the past week is Devin, I don't know what to do with my wheat. Is that from, should I even put it in the ground? Am I going to be able to take preventive planning if I can't get my wheat in the ground? Well, the answer is number one, I can't predict what the weather is going to be, but I have two ways of looking at this to help bring a little bit of additional comfort to our risk management plan. So first of all, looking at this graph, this is a graph of the 2012 wheat futures. The four highlighted marks are our recent highs that we've seen since January 11th. If you contracted in these levels, what I would look at doing today is changing these cash contracts into a minimum price contract. That way, if we get into a situation where you are unable to grow or fulfill your contracts, that you will have protection if the market goes significantly higher than where your contracts are at. So you can do this for a very small investment, and I would encourage you to contact your grain marketing specialist for more information on how to do that. The second thing that you can do to help protect yourself is maximize your crop insurance decision. Right now, our base price has been set at $8.62 a bushel, which is significantly higher than the $7.14 we had last year for our wheat crop. So what does that mean for us? It means that an 80% policy, assuming a 45 bushel yield, that for $14.24 you can lock in $310 of revenue on your operation, and for just $10 more you can lock in $330 an acre of revenue, which is significantly higher than what our cost of production is today. Guys, you have an opportunity to set yourself up to have a good year. Get a hold of your crop insurance agent and make sure you're making the right decision that fits for your operation. So what can move our margins going forward? Harvest progress is always huge, and conditions. What is our national average corn yield? How much corn was actually planted? Is there a frost that's going to hurt us this weekend? These are all little things that chime in the ears of traders and move our markets and add to our recent volatility. And then rationing demand. Export business. Are we going to continue to move grain? Poultry, dairy. Can they afford to buy our crops? These are all things going forward that we need to look at as far as what can move our margins. So for more additional information, I would encourage you to get a hold of your TMA grain marketing or crop insurance specialist. Thank you and have a great week.